What's up guys, Brandon here from All About DIY, and today we're going to check out something new.
Oh, this is new too. This is a new gimbal I got from Amazon, one of the cheaper ones. I think it was like 35 bucks. I don't know if it's worth a crap. I tried it a little bit. It doesn't seem to do the best of jobs, but it's better than nothing, so we'll try it out. But that's not the new I'm talking about. This is what is new. This is a 275-gallon IBC tote that I commandeered from work about a month ago. And I just pretty much decided that my preformed Lowe's 35-gallon pond just wasn't cutting it. It wasn't enough room. The fish were getting crowded. There's almost 100 fry in there now. They're all offspring from different fish from the 400-gallon tank inside the house. And so in this video we'll just kind of go through what it took to set it up, some of the processes, what it looks like, of course. We'll show you the fish, that kind of thing. And that is about it. Nothing crazy special, but it is pretty cool. Stay tuned. So right here I have a little 5-gallon tote, and my thought process with this was cut a hole in the side with a flap and try and keep all the electrical connections from getting water in them when it rains. Now it hardly ever rains in Southern California, but when it does, I don't want to fry some aquarium equipment or throw the breaker on the house or anything like that. So that's why I have this here. I just cut a really simple flap in the side of it, as you can see right there, and ran all the cords in there. There are no external connections, and for the most part I'm thinking this is going to keep all of my electrical components dry. So we'll see how that goes. It hasn't rained yet, and I don't really want to spray the hose on it because, well, you know. So no big deal there. Easy peasy, waterproof-ish, good to go. So before we open this up and I show you what's inside, I got to talk about the lid a little bit. So these IBC totes come with these straps that run across the lid. They just kind of support the tank, and there's little bolts that hold them onto the side. And so what I did is, to make a lid, I basically just cut the top all along here, as you can see, all the way around. It's completely removable, and then took the bolts out of the front, so that's the latch essentially. And back here I put in some crappy little hinges that I found at Lowe's. So basically what it'll do is just act as a hinging lid. That way I can keep it covered, because although it doesn't get very cold in Southern California during the winter, the last couple days it's been below 40 or right around 40, and so it'll drop this temperature quite a bit just overnight, even though it is 275 gallons. So it does take quite a bit of effort to keep this thing heated during the winter. During the summer I'll probably have to put ice cubes in it because it'll get too hot, but for now I'm running a whole lot of heat, a lot of watts per gallon, that's for sure. And it's still kind of, it's not exactly where I want it, but it's definitely safe for the fish, so that's good. So without further ado, let's take a peek inside, see how this whole thing works. Okay, let's crack this beauty open. Easy enough. So as you can see, lid is open. The lid actually slides down because there's nothing to hold the lid on those little brackets, but there's my hinges at work there. Nothing big, nothing spectacular, and certainly nothing very sturdy, so you got to kind of be careful with it. But it works, it does the job, and it's got a nice lid. Keep some of the humidity in, keep the elements out, just keep it covered. Alright, so here's what it looks like just peering in from the top. You can see I have all the filtration and the heaters over on one side, which may be a bad idea. It'd probably be a good idea to spread the heaters around, but I have most of the filtration over on this side, kind of blowing all the warm water across this direction to the other side. So I think it's going to be okay for now. There's 800 watts of heating sitting there for 275 gallons, and it's still barely making it. I'm pretty sure these heaters run pretty much constantly, and so the electricity bill is going to be fun this month. See how that's going. But it kind of just looks like a boiling pot of water. Here's a little planter that I set up. I'll show you guys how I kind of set that up. No big deal. It's got some live plants in there, and you know, your typical water hyacinth, which is not doing very well right now for whatever reason. But you can't really see much. I mean, it's just kind of boiling water. It looks like nothing much to see. Nothing too crazy. And then here's the latest batch. These ones are going to be OBs. You can kind of see they're spotted. Let me see if I can get the glare out of here. Yeah, you can kind of see them. They're just kind of spotty, and it's an OB female and an OB male. He's pretty much the tank boss for the most part. Nobody messes with him. And that's from one female, one go, one spawn. So quite a few. She's definitely produced a lot of fish for me. So props to her on that one. All right, let's turn the tank off so you can actually see something. There we go. Now it actually looks like there's fish in there. Let's take a closer look. Sorry about the glare, everyone. It's kind of hard to avoid with something being outside. But as you can see, there are little guys swimming all through here. Live plants, little trough I kind of homemade DIY'd onto the side of here. But it works. And they get good sun, about 2 or 3 hours a day, which I think is pretty good. Hopefully keep some of the algae at bay. Yeah, but you can see some of these little guys starting to come up to the top, looking for food. They're already well fed, so I'm not going to do that. But yeah, there are about 100 fish in here. My plan with these guys is to just kind of grow them out. It's a good place for them to grow. There's a lot of water. It's outside, which I think is kind of cool, so they'll be exposed to the sun. And I feel like fish outside color up a little bit better. They grow a little bit faster and just seem to do better than inside for the most part. It's just been my experience, so it's kind of why I set this up, give them a little bit more of a natural habitat, something cool outside, and just kind of an experiment more than anything. Just see how it works, see how it goes. Got a couple of snails roaming around in here. Nothing big, no cool snails, just kind of your standard, probably pest snails, I'm guessing, but who knows if it'll ever focus. Doubt it will. Here's some of the plants. Kind of have a lot of algae on them right now because they were in the pond, barely getting any sun. But now they should be doing okay. So, good to go.
You didn't think I was going to make a pond video and not show you underwater footage, did you? bubbles going.